Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today I am bringing you a video I kind of didn't want to make. So, Brawlhalla implemented a feature, I'm going to call them sweat particles. I usually call them like beans or beads or whatever, but there's sweat particles that happen in Brawlhalla, and if you saw the thumbnail of this video and the title, you're probably wondering, hey Cosolix, why should Brawlhalla remove this feature? Well, I'm going to be breaking it down to you. I got 3 core reasons, so stay tuned and listen to this video so you can please hear me out. And I'd love for you guys to comment down below. Let's start a discussion. I think by the end of this video, you are going to agree with me. I was able to convince Wrenched, so maybe I can convince you guys too. Without further ado, hit that sub, turn the notification bell on for more stuff like this. I've been posting 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, so stay tuned for future uploads. Let's get right into this video. Okay, so the first thing on the list is, so the sweat animation, you know, I'll just break it down for anyone that doesn't really understand. When you run out of options in mid-air, you start sweating, if it lets me for some reason. There we go, see how I'm sweating, and you're sweating for a while because it takes time for you to get your dodge back. So ideally, it is to tell players that it is okay to engage because your opponent has no options, okay? Here's a couple issues with it. Now, issue number 1, the sweating particles start before you lose your last option. So it gives you information a little too early than it should. This is a simple fix, but this isn't my only issue. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. If you take a look, my last option here is a dodge. Right when I press dodge, the sweating started. And the sweating particles are happening while I'm in iframes. So you're using an option, like sure, you've got no options or whatever, but you're still using an option while you have no options. A little weird. It's just some false information for sure. But this is an issue, but it's not my only issue, okay? This is bad. Like, you shouldn't be sweating if you're in an iframe at the end of the day because you're using your last option. I think it should visibly tell after. But that's not my only issue. That's me nitpicking. We're going to get into the juicy stuff right now. Issue number 2. While you're sweating, you're not actually that vulnerable. Depending on the weapon you have or don't have, you can still use a ton of options to bait and punish your opponent. For example, if I am sweating, I can unarm down air, always off stage. I kind of screwed that up because I'm bad. But I can change my velocity by simply pressing a move very quickly, if you kind of see what I mean, right? So, and it's no different. If I'm on Lance, for instance, I can side air, down air, side air, down air, dodge. You can use your movement options. I can even go all the way up here, use my last option. There, Sare. Okay, I kind of screwed that up. But the point is you're able to use a lot of movement options, even though you're technically vulnerable. So it can give your opponent some false information that you're actually vulnerable when you still have options to defend yourself. Okay? Another example of this is if you pick a weapon like, let's say, Cannon, for instance. We're going to go with a Lin Fei. You're going to, Guichibu, shout out to you for making me think of all this. See how I'm sweating? You can still use options like a Cannon ground pound that you can drop before like you even touch the ground, and it completely like changes your velocity and just makes it really difficult to punish. So it's almost like you're baiting people with the sweating, and then you're able to like absolutely change yourself. Like, you see what I mean? Like how much moving you're doing, and you're just not stagnant, right? You're really not in a disadvantaged state when you're on certain weapons because those weapons allow you to move so much. No different than like if you're on Thor, for instance, right? You have that, obviously the neutral sig, but I'll kind of show you. And also orb ground pound to like change your velocity. Orb ground pound used to be a lot more broken, but it's still kind of crazy that like you can kind of start falling while you're sweating, whatever. Let's say someone do it to punish you, and then you ground pound and you change the velocity and you make it different, right? You're really not in a disadvantaged state. So that issue as well, very annoying. Issue number 3, and in my opinion, this is not disputable. This is a core issue, and this is why I think they should truly just be removed from the game. When they got added to the game, they added a last red animation for the jump. As you can see here, when you're on your last jump, great information, visible, clear, gets to the point. Here's the problem with the sweat animation. Even though you're about to get your options back, you still start sweating. And what I mean by that is if I go off stage and I dodge immediately, then I start jumping, I've got no options, and then I can dodge again. So I'm only sweating for a couple frames. Look at this. Sweat, sweat, sweat. Gone. I dodge again. Let's delay it. Last option. Sweat gone. Like, that little information that's sweating is enough to tell a player it's go time. And you're going to miss. So the fact is in professional play, you are looking for that sweating. And that sweating could just go away by the time you get there. It's really difficult to tell exactly when you're going to get your options back. Like, look at this. If I dodge off stage, I'm going to delay my options. I recovery. I didn't even sweat there. Let me use my options quicker. Look, sweat, and then I've already got it back. And the fact is you don't know when you're going to get it back as someone who's trying to punish a person who's vulnerable. So it limits the information of how vulnerable you actually are and giving the player false information of when to go and when not to go. If I'm like, you know, I dodge, I use my options. Look at this. I'm here and then I can already dodge and I can punish. A player, like look at this. If I go back, I'm jumping. See how I'm sweating? This Jala might think it's go time and dash jump side air on X. But by the time they dash jump side air, look at this. I can already dodge. It's kind of ridiculous. I dodge, I use my options, right? Sweating, and then I'm already done. Like, you can fake the sweat if you use your options by dodging first, right? If you're, let's say, hit off stage and you're really far away. Here, you know, I'll just kind of slide towards off stage. Let's say I'm hit off stage, and then I dodge first. So let me do that one more time. Okay, let's say I dodge first. I'm going to use my options. Someone's going to think it's go time, and then you're kind of already back. Or like, here, let me go even further. Let's dodge. Someone's going to think it's go time, and then I can already dodge. Right? It's going to get people to engage with someone in disadvantaged state, even though they're not in disadvantaged state. And that's the unhealthy part of this feature. I think what Brawlhalla should do, honestly, is just remove the feature completely, or have some way to indicate how soon they're going to get their options back. So let's say you start sweating, but you're going to get it back right away. What if it's like one sweat particle? But if you're going to get it back in a while, what if it's a lot of sweating and then it decreases and soon until you get your option back, right? So some visual indicator of like how soon you're going to get your option back. Like, look at that. I absolutely baited and got back to stage. You can bait yourself to like get back to stage even though someone thinks you can't. Like, it's kind of stupid that like Brawlhalla has this information for the player, and it's designed to give the player in advantage state some sort of notice to go, but it doesn't accomplish that, and it gives the player in disadvantaged state potential to abuse and punish people with this mechanic. I've seen this happen before. Goichibu, shout out to you. You abuse this mechanic against me when I play you. You'll waste every option in disadvantaged state. Then you'll start sweating. I'll try and punish you, and then you're already gone. Like, and that's because obviously Lance is more startup, but still, it's false information. I wish I didn't even see it in the first place. Now, when I play this fool, I need to literally ignore the particle effect. And then it doesn't even do anything. So like at low level gameplay, sure it's nice, but at high level gameplay, I personally would rather it just not be there. I would pay for a mod if mods were legal. I would pay for a mod to just remove it. And then we're right back where we started. Like, and I'm a pro player. I want this feature removed. I would mod the game to get this removed. And that would help me, in my opinion. That's stupid. Why even add it? Or at least have an option for it. It's just, if you're going to fix a problem and it creates another problem, just don't fix the problem. They're both problems. Like, it's just stupid. I would rather I use my brain to determine if they're going to have options or not, than the game giving me false information of when to go. I think there's a part of a skill to learn when people get their dodges back and whatnot. And it's something you learn, right? And I think there's obviously some stupid things like how you touch, you get your dodge back quicker. But the fact is I think you should reward players who understand the game mechanics. But these sweat particles tell players when it's go time when it's not actually go time. It's stupid. Brawlhalla, please remove it. I hope you heard me out. If you watched until now, let me know down below in the comments what you think of this feature, and if you want it removed, let me know if you agree. If you don't want it removed, let me know down below why you disagree. I like reading your comments. I try to read as many as I can when videos go out, so turn the notification bell on. Guys, love you so much. I'll see you in the next video. See you tomorrow. Peace.